What's going on, City to City Radio? How y'all doing? This is DJ Tyrone, and we're getting ready to have an interview with Mr. Marc Gordon from Levert. Glad to have y'all here.
Today on City to City Radio, composer, artist Marc Gordon, co-founder of the group Levert with Gerald Levert, produced and wrote a string of albums and singles for the group like Pop, Pop, Pop Goes My Mind, My Forever Love, All Seasons, Just Coolly, Baby I'm Ready, and others, giving the group a solid base of success in the 80s and 90s. Today, with DJ Tyrone the Bad Boy Means, artist and composer Marc Gordon. Listen in on the conversation.
All right. So, man, when y'all came out, man, y'all was in a baby boom. Y'all caused the baby boom when y'all. I'm trying to tell you when y'all came out, man, because we was gonna name some babies after y'all. So you was about to be some parents to some people's babies.
Your name what?
I said you was about to be some parents.
Oh
to
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I heard that a few times.
Man. So when y'all first started, man, you said y'all was practicing in the basement.
Yeah. We worked out in the basement, practically every day.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have any shows. We just was practicing.
Man, I seen that y'all was having a hard time getting out there too.
Yeah, it took all the labels turned us down. Eddie, took us and put it, and sent us to with some of his friends in the business, and and they all turned us down.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But we kept it pushing and came back and went independent, and then they picked us up.
That's about right there. Man. So did y'all ever have any battles over who was gonna sing lead?
No, it was never that.
Okay.
No, it was never no battles. Me and Gerald primarily wrote the songs, and a lot of times we would kind of, we formulated a format of how we would do the songs. And I don't think it was intentional, but it ended up being like kind of a mock of the OJs, because Walt would come in the beginning, and he got that smooth sound, and then Eddie would come in the B section and just tear everything down. And so we kind of emulated that, not intentionally, but it just worked out that way. And a lot of times it for the most part, it worked for what we was doing,
Uh-huh. So how was it? Yeah. So how was it growing up under their knowledge, man? The OJs.
Of course, Gerald and Sean was, they really grew up in it, and I came along later on, but it was exciting to see them put on the show, you know what I mean? And they would put on the show, you know what I mean? So we of course, Gerald emulated everything his dad did, but we were kind of like the baby Jays, really. And again, not intentional, but we were more like at that time it was the 80s, so we were in that time frame, and the Jays been around since the 60s, so they they made some transitions, but we was just in another time, from the Jays, but it was still, the soul was still there, was in there.
Right. I understand that. You can hear it in the music.
Yeah.
Man. So did y'all take any dance steps or dance moves from the OJs?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, and they were, they're a long time choreographer, Charlie. Um, uh, he was like one of the best. He's done some of everybody from the Pips to, some of the Motown acts, and he was just, Charlie Atkins. He was just one of the best. Um, and we got a chance to work with him too,
Uh-huh.
because we did a tour together, and we called it the Family Affair Tour, and basically we came out and did songs together. Like we would do a song, the OJs would do a song, and sometimes we do the songs together. Like we came out on, like We Are Family, and just the opening to, we was doing a family thing.
Yeah. So exactly how did y'all meet?
Um, Actually, my mom took me over there, um, and it went from there. They had a piano, you
Mm-hmm.
know, at and at that time they were living in Shaker Heights, and it was a fairly large house. There, I guess, would be a mansion. He had some of everything in the house, all kind of stuff. Basement had, they had the games and the ice cream parlor and the pool in the back with basketball. So you had everything, accessible, but that piano in the foyer, which attracted me, and I stayed there the whole time at the piano. It just went from there.
Oh wow. So how long did you
Yeah.
how long have you been playing the piano?
Say that again.
How long have you been playing the piano?
How long had I been playing?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I got cut out.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
You
I
said how
can.
long had I been playing?
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, not that long at that point, because I was playing other instruments, and but what I did once I started learning, I had one of the other band members. I was in like I had started playing from elementary school, so I played violin, moved on and played a few string instruments and played trombone. And so at this point, I was like, man, that piano, what I really was interested in after I was playing that. And a guy one of the band members showed me how to play a song. Actually, it was Mr. Magic. And then after that, I started learning every song on the radio.
Oh wow.
All the songs I liked, and I started learning them on piano. So that's kind of that's how it came about as far as me really trying to play, because I was interested in, the piano. You can play everything and, whole songs and people get it. Like, originally I wanted to play drums, but the drums you can't really play without an accompaniment to get, the song that you're trying to get, unless know the drum beat, what I
Right.
mean? But without music, you just got a drum beat. So, and plus, moms wouldn't let me play drums in the house. So that was a wrap. And, so the piano was like the thing that would encompass, the whole song without no accompaniment. No, you don't need nothing else to really play a song on the piano. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So how long have you been in love with music, man?
Oh man, forever. Like I said, I started playing in elementary school. At that point, I didn't know I was in love with it. It was more so me in elementary school. You know how at that time you had one class, but this gave me a chance to get out of the one class to go do something else. So
Yeah.
that's how the music came to me. They the directors came to the classrooms and they introduced the music program. But it was ingenious because they was, worked the whole community. So from elementary school, junior high school to high school, these were the same directors. And so they was tuning you up to be, good by the time you got to junior high, but even great when you got to high school. You know what I mean? And so they had a really great music program at the time. And, and that's what I got to attribute to just being in the music, like really being into the music. But yeah, I, I, but those instruments taught me, like ear trained me into doing other things. So piano, um, seems like it's more difficult, but I was able to hear, the instruments and songs that was on the radio, like all the instruments, and pick out the
Yeah.
parts and stuff like that. Normally, we hear music and you hear everything together because it's all glued together, and it's just got a vibe. You're not really paying attention to all the little details of it, but that was me. I paid attention to all the details of the music. All the little
That's all
intricate
right, right.
pieces and parts. I had, I started really, you know, uh, noticing all of the parts, and so I don't know what that, where that came from exactly, but I thought it was the fact of, playing violin. It kind of trained my ear. It kind of gave me a, you know, another insight, and maybe it was there all the time, and I just didn't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, your manager, Mr. Mark Black. I want to give a shout out to him for bringing you on the show, man. He told me to
Yeah.
make sure I shouted you out, or you shouted him out.
Mike.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Mike. There, I said Mark. Yeah, Mike. Michael Black, y'all. Michael Black is his manager, and we became friends, and he hooked me up with my man right here, Mr. Mark. But check it out. When y'all were on tour, were there any times that you were on tour that you just didn't want to do that date or sing at that place because it's like it wasn't too good of a place to sing in?
Not really. Not on more so like, it's always stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and you can
Uh-huh.
you can have some issues early, be mad or whatever, but when it's time for showtime, it's showtime. You know what I mean? All that other stuff got to go out the window.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's what that was. I don't know if that was necessarily was taught, but that's how we took it. And it was all, it was, everybody have some issues here and there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now when now I know that hurt. It hurt my feelings when I heard that. Is it back on?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. It's a little.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's chopping out.
I was just talking. I didn't even know I wasn't there. I didn't even know I wasn't in there. But yeah, yeah, it's always, the show goes on. The saying, the show goes on. That's really what it is. And when you professional, then that's what you do, because you're there to, entertain the people. It's not about, at that point, it's not about your personal issues or, different things going on. And even sometime when you're sick and don't feel good and the show goes on, you know what I mean? But,
Right. You're right about that, man. Are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, what I wanted to share was when when Sean and Gerald passed, man. I know that hurt you, and I know it hurt a lot of fans out there. And we were
yeah.
wondering what you were doing, man. What you were going to do with your talent? Because man, I know you like Michael Black told me. He said that you was the brains behind the outfit, and I understand that because I looked at your repertoire and the songs that you wrote and everything like that. And everybody was wondering how you doing since then, man.
Well, it's been challenging. You know what I mean? It's been really different because, when despite whatever's going on, like it's like having a best friend, and your best friend and no, now they're no longer here. You done everything. You built a career together. You built, that repertoire together. We jailed and we done so much, and at one point people even thought we was, fam, like really cousins. And we let
Yeah,
it go. We let that go because we was just, you know, there all the time. And so things changed over time. And but his passing, that hit me, and
right.
it's been a challenge. It's a lot that I have to kind of that I had to get off of my weight off my shoulders. I did a lot of, self-blaming. Um, Felt like that it was something that I could have done that, would have been different had I been around. And so it was a lot that was happening mentally
Yeah,
that, I needed to get through. And but I'm still doing music, never going to stop doing that. And,
right.
and now I've turned that around to try to help other people with a foundation I put together called Soul Foundation, SOEL
Hmm.
Foundation, and it's an acronym for Saving Our Entertainers' Lives, but it's really for everybody and not just entertainers. I just know that when entertainers go through their things like a Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, and
Yeah,
you name it.
yeah,
Um, People talk about it for a week and then it's over as far as the impact of what they brung to the community or brung to the music industry, to people's lives, fans, and what happened. You know what I mean? Like Robin Williams, what happened to make him want to, not live anymore? You know what I mean? And that's
right.
something that's deeper than, that we can't really explain, because it looks like from the outside looking in that everything is great. And but you know,
Exactly.
everybody has issues, regardless of if you in entertainment, if you got fame, or you have money, or none of that can save you from what's in your um can you hear me? Nothing can I
Yeah,
got
I can.
a phone call, but nothing can save you from really yourself. If you have some deficiencies that you want to fix, or whatever is going on, depression, there's a lot of different things. So I noticed that after that, even though I didn't want to be depressed and this and that, I tried to keep it moving as much and as possible. But it's some things you don't know how to deal with and can't help or can't stop. And so this was my way of trying to deal with it, and also include and show other people that, you can do this. You can um, you know get in the music game and make it, and you know, because you need all your foundation, you need all your mentals,
Exactly.
you need everything possible to make it in this game, because it's a, you know, it's a treacherous game.
Right. Exactly. I understand what you're saying, man. Um. So after the passing of the two brothers, what uh what drew you back to the music?
Well, actually, you know, I was always still into music. It's just that I wasn't in the light like before. Like, you know, like we were no longer signed to Atlantic, so you weren't, you know, seeing us on different things or having us the push in the industry any longer,
Yeah.
as far as the group is concerned. So our final record with Atlantic was the whole scenario, and you know, from there on, you know, Gerald was doing his thing, um,
Yeah.
and I went on to do other things and to produce, and I moved to LA, and you know, so I was cool with staying behind the scenes. So I was in the
Mhm.
game. I was doing production, you know, for different ones, and and that was fine with me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really care about the being out front like that.
Okay. Now, some people don't really know what Mark went through, and when he tried to come back with another group called Levert Two, and can you tell us about that, man? Like, what happened with Levert Two, and
Well,
what are your plans now?
yeah, Levert two was going to be an extension of Levert. And actually, when this, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So Levert two came about after Gerald died. So me and Sean decided to continue Levert with Levert two. Basically, we were the
Mhm.
last two. We were the two remaining, and we were going to, you know, bring in somebody else. So we did that, and even that was a challenge with just, you know, getting somebody to kind of be in that other space. But we
Uh-huh.
did that, and basically put together a record called Dedication, and it was a dedication to Gerald. Um,
Right.
and so, you know, that was that was the plan. It was, you know, an independent thing. You know, a lot of little technical things that went on, but before it
Mhm.
was physically released, Sean died. So
Right.
that kind of, you know, that kind of changed the whole dynamic of what we were doing. And so it was a
Right.
decision whether I was going to do it or not, or, you know, what was I going to do. At this point, we completed the record, and so it took me a while until I just decided, like, yo, I'm gonna put it out anyway, and that's what I did. And so the new guy, uh, we went and did some things, and did shows, and you know, so we were doing some things, but it still wasn't complete without the third person. And
Right.
so we tried, you know, tried a few people, tried to, you know, incorporate some other people, and it's just one of them things where, you know, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, or I'm not trying to, you know, basically take away from what was already done. And so um, right now, I'm just, you know, I'm prepared to, um, you know, getting ready to be prepared to release some music, some unreleased Levert music for number one, and also I have a book, you know, just kind of detailing my story, and that's what we got planned for this year.
Okay. Make sure Mark, make sure you tell Mike to send me a copy.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'll be, yeah, I'll be
so
looking
yeah,
out for
that's
that for real.
yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on now. You know, I'm music is just in my blood, and and Levert is part of my legacy, and I don't want to interrupt the legacy or try to rewrite the legacy. I did it, and I was able to do
Yeah,
it with Sean. That was Sean's last recordings that he recorded, and I
yeah,
just I really wanted to pay homage to my guys and give the people more of us, more of what we were able to do. I felt like this wasn't how the story was supposed to go, and so it's
right,
totally incomplete, and so I'm doing everything I can to keep the brand going, to keep the names, keep the music in people's you know um, mind and memory, to just make sure that continues, as far as the music can continue, and people can still enjoy it, and even bring out more music to enjoy. So that's the plan.
right. Now, man, I'm a type of DJ that really does care about people and how they feeling and everything like that, man. Because I'm a pastor also, so
Okay.
I'm glad I can hear it in your voice that you know who God is, and I can feel it in your tone that you was talking about when you was going through that depression. And I'm glad God brought you out of that, man. I'm so glad that God brought you out of that. And
Yeah.
you're able to keep on pushing on doing what you do, man, because people need to hear your music for real. You a bad
Yeah.
man. You a bad
Well,
man. I
I mean,
appreciate your music, bro.
yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm happy. I've been fortunate, and I'm blessed to be able to, just to have a spot in that whole scenario. And, I
Hmm.
wouldn't, it's not much that I would change about it, but, of course we were young getting in. So, it's a lot of things that could have been different and changed and all of that. But, the story is what it is at this point. I just felt like this wasn't how the story was supposed to go. We talked about, being,
Yeah.
retiring, and really we talked about retiring at a young age. You know what I mean? So we had
Right.
different plans when we was younger, and things, life throws a curveball sometime, and you got to know how to maneuver,
Hmm.
and so you can still hit it. And we
Yes.
we we so I think for me, is up to me to kind of tell the story, and kind of um help others that may have similar issues. I mean, like I said, it's not just entertainers, it's, regular people, it's people that work in regular jobs, or, you a plumber, or you
Yeah.
whoever, it's possible it could be a pastor, or it could be that's having some issues, what I mean?
Right.
And that don't know how to deal with them. And, sometimes you need to hear it from
Hmm.
somebody else, and different things. So that's what I'm trying to
Right.
do, because I felt like I should have been able to help them, and I couldn't, you know. So
Hmm.
what I've learned is, we have to try to do preventive work, and
Right.
just like with what's going on now, what would help with, what's happening now with COVID and everything is if we were to um, eat better. Whatever we put in our bodies is
Mm-hmm.
going to help us, our survival rate even more because we're supplementing and putting the correct things in our bodies. But what a lot of times what we don't know, and this is part of the seminars that I've done in different music seminars and different panels that was put together, health panels. It's the kind of stuff I would talk about because it's not just people are depressed. There's a lot of different reasons why people are depressed, and it could be the food. It could be, and that's the
Yeah.
main issue is food. What you put in your body can
Mm-hmm.
change the chemistry and how you think and how you move and how you maneuver is and that's part of the the underneath cause of a lot of health issues is the food.
Right.
People don't know it,
That's true.
but that's the case. People don't know that, sugar intake the sugar is a drug.
Right.
Sugar is a drug
Yeah.
that you are addicted to and that most people are addicted to. Not most, but a lot of people are addicted to it and don't even know it because of the sugars that they're putting in different foods. You buy it from the shelf, stores, and it's on the shelf, and you look at it, there's so
Mm-hmm.
many different names of sugars that's in it, glucose, fructose, whatever, is so many different names and variable varieties of sugars that you put in your system that is getting you addicted all the time. And now you develop, diabetes, different health issues. It's like a setup. The system is
Yeah.
set up to have you turn around so you can go to the hospital. So you have more doctor visits by a certain age. This is what I see.
Right. I understand that, man. Say that a little louder for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I was just telling my daughter, because she's trying to do a little, started her video channel, and she wants to, talk about different things. So I was just telling, like, simple stuff, like, a lot of people don't know that, well, why do we use this toothpaste? We use a toothpaste that's charcoal, this, that, and the other, but
Mm,
it's basically healthy, without the fluoride and the extra stuff that's in it. But people don't know that fluoride ain't good for you.
right.
Fluoride got ingredients that normally would poison. That's poison,
Poison. Yeah.
and people don't know that though.
Right.
Like cigarettes. They know it caused cancer. They, once they really did the study and figured it out, what did they do? Did they take off the market? No, they didn't take off the market. They kept it on the market, slapped them on the wrist, and made them put a sticker on it to say that, okay, well, if you in the surrounding area now, it can cause cancer. So you don't have the secondhand smoke is worse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And people
Man.
don't know that because they're not going to read the little message on the package. And on top of it, now they're addicted because of the nicotine.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of little things that, we don't understand that helps make up our moods and help make up, how we feeling day to day and what's going on in our lives that can change our mental and how we go about life. And but if we did better, if we ate better, if we took care of some of the simple things, that that would help us a lot mentally, physically, and
Right.
that's less doctor visits.
Exactly. That's true,
You
man.
know,
Y'all heard it here, right? Live. Y'all heard it here, right? And live from Mr. Mark Gordon, y'all. He didn't try to tell y'all there's some stuff out there that is really killing you. And y'all need to
yeah,
realize what it is that is really ailing you. If you feeling like you can't get out of bed and you just can't get motivated, it might be something you ate. And it might be something that you need to talk about. So there's people out there with depression, y'all, that ain't showing it. Y'all walking around them every day. They got a smile on their face. They throwing a mask up. So the thing is, folks, get in folks' business. Start asking them how you doing. Somebody just need to be talked to.
yeah.
Need to have a
Well, ask
conversation,
them.
something.
Yeah, ask them how they doing and mean it, because people ask you but don't really want to know. You know what I mean?
Ooh, you just brought
And
up a word,
so
brother. You just brought up a
yeah,
word.
so I mean, but that's real. You know, people
Yeah,
ask you in a minute, but they really ain't interested. They just asking because it's a routine. You know what I mean?
right.
And my other message with this and what I'm going to be telling in part of my story is because, you know, the loss of these guys was really it really hurt,
Yeah.
and for a lot of different reasons. And part of the reason is because, you know, we had kind of branched off, and I was in LA, they were in Cleveland, and you know, we would connect here and there, but we were planning on doing a reunion, and and um, Gerald disappeared. So I'm calling, I'm trying to find him, this, that, and the other, but I never, you know, caught up with him. So I didn't know what was going on, what had happened, or whatever. So, you know, I left him a text message, and I said, you know, to myself that, you know, I'll see him, when I see him, I'll see him. You know what I mean? And left it at that. You know, and but my message is that, you know, when it's people that you care about, you love, sometimes you just can't put off things. If you got to say something, you need to say it. You if you love them, you can't wait, because I never got a chance to say it. I never got a chance to speak my piece,
Hmm.
because you know, he passed.
Yeah.
You know, and that was, you know, really rough on me, because, you know, that stuck in the back of my mind, like, okay, well, and I guess that time wasn't the right time, and or maybe he wasn't ready, or I don't know. I don't know what the you know the mindset was, but I just know that I didn't get a chance to, you know, express what I needed to say. And next thing you know, it was over, and there was nothing I could say. So my thing is that, I'm still, the people, we struggle with this because, uh, you know, you can have family members and not talk to them, or you don't want to, you know, y'all have a disagreement, or some kind of, y'all have issues, or whatever the case is. But in the end, you know, that's still a loss. You know, we can play hard about it, but it's still a loss to
Right.
you, because that's your family, that's your people, that's you know what I mean.
Right.
And if it's on your mind all the time, that's some extra stress that you putting in you, that you don't even know you putting in. You can't erase it out of your system. You know, you can pretend that it's not there, but until you really get it out and really get it off your chest, and, you know, able to, you know, get it face to face and talk to that person, it's going to stay in you. It's going to weigh you down. It's going to stress you down. And you know, and that's where the depression sets in. That's where, just a lot of different moods that, you might not want to, be in that mood. So I'm just saying, instead of waiting, because you never know what's going to happen the next day, next minute.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen. And, so you don't want to go to bed and having disagreements or having, because you don't know if you're going to see that person tomorrow.
Right.
There's no guarantees.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So get it out. Do whatever you got to do so you can feel, you can have the free mind to know that you've done what you needed to do to make yourself whole and feel better. You know what I mean? So that, hey, I put it out there. You can't make nobody accept what you say, but you're able to get it off of your shoulders. So, now you can move on.
Man. Powerful words, my brother. Powerful words that mean something. And I hope everybody out there is listening. Goodness. Well, Mark, it was a pleasure sitting here doing this interview with you, man. I'm looking forward to you doing great things, brother. Keep
I
going.
appreciate it.
Keep going.
Yep,
Man.
appreciate it. Thanks for the platform. And, as things, come together, you'll be hearing about it. And Mike will, get at you. Just stay, you connect with him. He gonna get you, get you together so you know what's happening. And but yeah, I'm just, I have some things that I need to share, and 2021 is time.
Well, man, I'm sure gonna have you back on the show, my man. That's for real. And
All right, I
maybe
appreciate it.
next time we can see you next time.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
we gonna get that together because I don't know what's going on today because I've been on Zoom, plenty of times. So I don't know why
Yeah.
it's tripping, but yeah.
So, man, for the fans out there, man, how can they get a hold of you, brother? Like your website or whatever you got that's out there.
Yeah, you got Levert. What is that? Levert dot. What is that? LevertMusic.net is one, and then and either that or you can get it at Levert2.com. And
Okay.
I'm on social media. Mark Gordon, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Even though I don't be on Twitter that much, but and YouTube. So
Okay.
I got Mark Gordon. The Mark Gordon Show is a page, and then the Levert page on Facebook. You can find that. That's on Facebook, and and on Instagram. But yeah, that's how you can reach me on any of the social media. Mark J. Gordon on Instagram, and
Okay.
just look out.
Absolutely. Man, we appreciate you being here, brother. Hey, this has been Tyrone Means on citytocityradio.net. DJ Tyrone, the bad boy slow jams with Mr. Mark Gordon. Y'all have a great night. Love your life and love what's in it.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.